What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCGU University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and today I'm going to be telling you about Travis's Lien 1-Dot deck. If you like the deck, make sure you go out to the Soul Calibur DLC matches here on a playlist on the channel and check out the deck in action. So, with that said, let's jump into it. All right, so this is Lien 1-Dot. She is a really old Red Horizon character. If you don't recognize her, that's because she is from the IP, intellectual property, Red Horizon, which is a Jasco-owned property. And so, yeah, let's learn a little bit about her. If you haven't seen one of my UniVersus profiles, basically the way that I do this is, as opposed to just reading out the cards over and over again, you can read the cards. I'm going to tell you more of like an elevator pitch of what they do, as opposed to like a verbatim teaching. So, what's the elevator pitch for Lien? Lien wants to play a bunch of the same cards inside of her deck and find them and just give a bunch of free damage. She says +5 damage if you happen to be holding extra cards. She also gets to kind of choose her card because she says 4 once per turn, discard X cards, draw X cards. Discard your hand, draw your hand back up. Oh, I need to kill them and I drew 5 gray cards. I'll discard and draw back up. And it's a form as opposed to an enhance. So 1, it's harder to cancel, and 2, I don't have to, I could literally have drawn all dead and then push through. And so that's what we want. We want consistency. We want big damage attacks. And so the first thing we do is Lien 1-Dot is not very good, but putting Lien 2-Dot on top of her is actually very good. Enhance, your turn, reveal 2 foundations from your hand, draw a card. And then enhance once per turn, reveal 2 attacks from your hand. This attack is +X or -X damage. X equals the this attack's printed damage. And so we can double our attacks damage, and then with Lien give it an additional 5 damage, and then draw a card, and then if I need to, and I need to find my 2 foundations, I can discard draw, or I need to find my attacks, discard draw. These 2 cards in tandem make up one very good character. I don't think Lien 2-Dot by herself is very good, and I don't think Lien 1-Dot by herself is very good. But whenever you stack them both, now we're cooking with gas. I think it's also really neat that the 2 symbols that they don't share is all in void. Very cool design. Very cool design. So, first thing about Lien is we're going to be stacking the second one. So I'm gonna go and drop it down here because there's so much relevant effect on both of these characters. I'm going to toss these this way. All right. So, onto the first attack. The first attack we're playing is 4 Golden Arrow. It is not the best attack in our deck, but it's the most relevant when it comes to Lien 2-Dot. I have to see my Lien 2-Dot as soon as possible. If I don't have Lien 2-Dot, the statistics, the chances of me winning this game are significantly lower. This thing has gauge 4. It can get very massive with the Lien card, and then it gets very fast because I flip another card in my card pool. There's plenty of times where I would just play out a random foundation. I'll put it over here. I'll play out a random foundation and then flip for +5 speed and then extra damage off of Lien. Hey, it was just enough damage to get the +5 in order to push it through on the half block that gauge 4 happens. And so, really good card, but you only really need 1. But I gotta see it because it also works if I've got a 2 of the Lien, right? If this is the same card for Lien 1-Dot in order to give +4 damage. So if I just open 3 of these, I'll play it, flash you these 2. You better not half block it or else I'll get to gauge out my Lien 2-Dot. And then it's game on. The main card of the deck is actually Air Ground Smash. This card says that my 2 Liens are playable because being a 5-hander is terrible, being an 8-hander is rad. And so I will Air Ground Smash and then reveal the 2 foundations that I drew off of the Air Ground Smash in order to draw an additional card. Well, now I've got 9 cards in my hand. I'm positive at least 2 of those are going to match, so now I get to Lien. So now this is a 6 high for 11, and then if I need to, it's not just 6 high for 11, it's 6 high for 17 because I'll double the damage as well. This is like this card can just get massive, and it can only get bigger because of the cards that we're playing. With as much advantage that Air Ground Smash gives us, we're actually playing triple Rose Whiplash in order to try and pick it up. Enhance opponent's turn, add 1 reversal from a discard pile to your hand. This card says Deadlock Reversal. It does not have to be in deadlock for the text to be there. It always has the text. So if I block reversal, hopefully I'm comboing with the reversal. I can't remember how many reversals we're playing. Oh my goodness, look at all these reversals we're playing. But I'll just pick up an Air Ground Smash and then just smack you with it on my next turn. This deck is all about advantage. There was one time where I took and I built down up to 10 foundations on turn 2 and gauged both of these out just because of how solid Air Ground Smash is. The next attack we're playing is Deflection Swing. Deflection Swing is just a really good way. It was one of my favorite ways to get a second copy of a card inside of my hand. I'll flip a foundation and then have a copy of that flip foundation in my hand, build one down, pick that one back up. As well as just copying a cool card that my opponent does, getting to draw an additional card, I guess on my turn, pushing it damage through, and then just giving it 3 more damage. It's just enough value to keep the wheels turning. We're playing triple Calamitous Judgment. Once again, I want to push in with as much damage as I can, and being able to just reveal and give it +5 damage. So 3 mid for 8, you have to respect that. And normally it's played as a reversal, so it's a 3 mid for 8 that burn them for at least 2 vitality. That's relevant enough. It's got a solid block. There's threes on the board. And my last card is 3 Forbidden Moonset. This card is just a solid staple card. It is just a value town card. It is one of the things that could just clutch the game out. Very rarely do we get to add a card from my hand to our momentum just because of how much we're drawing off of Airground Smash and how much we're wanting to build. But it is... it's just a real solid card. I think this card, if you're finding space, if you're finding room, and you just want more value attacks, Forbidden Moonset is just one of those cards to do it. On to the support cards. So the first thing I want to talk about is the actions. The first action that I have is 3 Tricktia. Tricktia says enhance remove. Your attack with a printed damage of 3 gets 3 damage and gains stun 3. So the 2 main reversals that we're playing, Deflection Swing and Calamitous Judgment, both have a printed damage of 3. And so plus 3 more damage and stun 3. So I'll stun 3, which is ruining their turn. I obviously have plenty of cards in my hand because of how much I'm drawing off of Lien plus Airground Smash. Give it an extra 5 damage, give it an extra 3 damage. So it's got 3 damage base, plus 3, plus 3, plus 5. That's enough, and stun 3. That's enough to make you have to deal with this card. If it was Calamitous Judgment, it's going to burn you for at least 2 because of block reversal. And if it was Deflection Swing, I get to copy your attack and build an additional foundation and draw an additional card. So like this card turns these cards from being fair, okay, almost bad cards into being holy shit, I have to deal with this card right now cards. The next action I have is a triple Gateway Shuffle. Everything in the deck is a weapon except for the Airground Smash, and so just giving +6 damage on a is just essentially another melee +5, +6. You better half block this, you better full block this. I'm throwing big, meaty, chunked attacks at you, and you have to deal with each and every one because each and every one is lethal. Exactly what a 5-hander should be. We're playing 3 Humanities Century. This is where our gimmick starts to come into play. Malin 2. Printed a bunch of really neat cards, and this card says after it's revealed from your hand or the enhanced step, your attack gets 1 speed, and with both of these out, I can reveal twice. So let's say I've got 2 Humanities Century in my hand. I'll reveal my 2 foundations to draw 2 cards. There's +2 speed, and then I'll reveal the same 2 cards in order to give +5 damage. There's another +2 speed. So I drew a card, +2 speed, +2 speed, +5 damage, +4, +5. Seems pretty okay. It seems all right. And the other cool thing about this is a pocket block. As I've named these cards, in hands, add this card to your hand. Just to do that thing. Super relevant effect. Next, we've got the other pocket block, Trusted Keeper. It does the same thing, except for it's a 4-check, and it gives a damage when it's revealed. And the reason it's a 4-check is whenever I add it to my hand, as a cost, in hands, add this card to your hand, commit one of my opponent's foundations. I get to pick. I pick. And so it is just more cards that I get to reveal. Up next, we're playing triple Quest for the Hero Sword. This card says enhance, commit, flip, add an attack with a printed damage of 3 or less from my discard pile to my hand. 9 times out of 10, it is going to be to add a Deflection Swing. Calamitous Judgment does not have as much value as Deflection Swing does. And the reason that I started out with these cards is these are just the how can I get the most out of my Lien reveals. So Trusted Keeper gives me extra damage. Humanities Century gives me extra speed, and this lets me just tutor up an additional target. These 3 cards are the ways that I consistently make my my mail-in triggers happen. Fix all this right here real quick. The next card that we're playing, the next section inside of our foundations is the How Do I Kill Them More section, and we're playing through Ridding the World of Outsiders. This is one of the best utility foundations in the game. Enhance, commit, plus my next attack is +2/+2. Really relevant on the reversal plays, and then flip gets +1/+1. This just says that it's possible that this says my second air ground smash of the turn gets plus is a 9 high for 9 without using anything from Mei Lin. Really strong. They're not blocking that. Playing 3 Maternal Swordsmanship. It just lets me ready stuff up and then play additional cards. It's a it's plus 2 speed, plus 2 damage, and then I ready stuff to just keep going. It's one of them play more cards type of cards, as well as it just kills people. We're playing 1 Space Land, mill the top 2 cards of your deck, gain a plus 1 damage, and a little bit of momentum hate. Not super relevant currently, but the discard 2 for plus 1 damage might be the thing that wins you the game. Just squeaks it out for you. On to the next section. It's just how do I play more cards? Because of us drawing a million cards off of Mei Lin 2 dot as well as Air Ground Smash, I need to be able to play as much as I can. So we're playing A Sun's Love. First form, make myself a 6-hander, excuse me. Making myself a 6-hander plus the Air Ground Smash. If I absolutely need to, I can just ready this back up with the Air Ground Smash if I check well, and then draw more cards off of Mei Lin, and then draw more cards off of Mei Lin. It's just like how do I play the most cards? How do I play the most cards possible? This is one of the ways to do it. Playing double God of Thunder, destroy a foundation, ready a foundation. It says that when I check battle my Air Ground Smashes, Air Ground gets to ready 1, God of Thunder gets to ready another. Yeah, I did lose a resource in order to do that, but because I'm drawing 3, I'm going to be able to replace it fairly easy. And if I don't have the God of Thunders out, honestly, the plus 2 damage is also super effective on reversals and such. Playing triple Dreaming of Becoming Whole. This is our main momentum out. I don't have much momentum outs inside of the attack lineup, which might be an issue depending on who you face. Facing somebody like a Tira might be an issue. But this just lets me extend and play more cards by readying itself as well as getting pluses to my check. I can tell you that this is the card that let me win one of my matches inside of the campus championship. Into the defensive foundations. These are the hey, I need to not die cards. We're playing triple Toughest Punk in high school. This says that if I half block, I can reduce that damage by a significant amount, or if I don't get a chance to block, just reduce the damage by 3. And it doesn't get stopped by if my opponent would reduce the damage, the number itself. So like there's a difference between the number on the card and the damage being done. This hits the imaginary damage that's about to touch Mei Lin as opposed to the number touching the card. And so there's not a lot of interactivity that happens with Toughest Punk. Up next, we're playing triple Future Poolside Date. This card just gains more life, which as a 34 life character starting out, we ignore the 27. It's not relevant because we're stacking that character. But gaining more life is just super, super good. There was one time where I got to trigger this 4 times, which means that I was like a 42 life character. That seems pretty strong, especially with how many cards that I'm drawing, as well as it's really good speed hate. Some of the best speed hate in the game. We're playing triple Pure of Heart. There's a lot of foundations in the game that are just like really, really nasty, and part of the reason that people lose in this game is because they don't have answers to my opponent's board. Well, this card is just an answer. First enhance, commit. Hey, don't play the abilities on that card. I'm going to kill you with this thing. So now you can't play the abilities for the rest of the game. We're playing 1 Wear Light. This is another piece of defense that just says stop 1 enhance or stop 1 attack from happening. Just flip. Hey, don't do that anymore. It's also got a really good play with really good synergy with Deflection Swing because I can flip it on theirs, block reversal with Deflection Swing, and then pick it back up because it is a face down foundation, and then on my next turn just play it right back. And so it's okay to have 1 of because I have ways to reuse it. On to the more technical pieces. I guess we'll talk about this last one. 3 Ageless and Wise. This card is just defense. I'm a 5-hand size character, and one of the easiest ways to beat a 5-hand size character is just debuild, making my my foundations significantly less relevant. And this says that if they were to touch my foundations, just cancel it. And then the last card is triple Honky Tonk Woman. I think this is one of the most underrated cards in the entire game. It's a 2/5 that says flip, add 1 in. There was an awesome play that I made where I played Deflection Swing, flipped Honky Tonk Woman to add in a God of Thunder, then Deflection Swing to build 1 down, pick up Honky Tonk. It was a second Honky Tonk in my hand, and so now I got to trigger off of my Mei Lins. Super relevant effect, the fact that it just builds itself back in for free. Honky Tonk into Honky Tonk into Honky Tonk is just like, this counts as 6 extra foundations. And because I'm making a check with Mei Lin on every attack of check a 4, yeah, in check a 4. make that thing happen. This is just it's just relevant enough to cycle off the top of my deck. All right, so that was Travis's Lien 1 deck subbing into Lien 2 . If you like the deck, make sure that you let him show him some love down in the comments down below, and you check out all the matches here on a playlist called Soul Calibur DLC. If you like this and you want to chat with Travis about how awesome his deck is, make sure you go out to patreon.com/TCG University and sub at the $1 level, get access to our Discord, and he lives out there. He loves communicating with all the student body. So from all of us here at TCG University, thank you very much for watching, and stay learning.